G'day, it's Clive Rocksinger here. Now, I've stepped a little bit up with the solar power. I determined that I actually needed a DC regulator to make my solar system work, and I had my tiny little one, couldn't get it to work. Started reading up about inverters and they're carrying on with this and that, and I found out that all an inverter is it just converts DC into AC, so you've got on-grid and off-grid. Now, I'm only a panel beater, I'm not an electronics technician. I do study electronics. I have done a BEC, but you know, this stuff's pretty much a mystery to me. They say, oh, it's easy, oh yes, go down there, oh yeah, oh you need a little voltage regulator, and he's giving me like an LM317 oh you should design a circuit, oh it's easy. It can arse holes. It is not easy. Now this circuit is connected, and I did an interesting thing here. I hate these meters, they drive me nuts, because when you're turning a value on, I've got two now, you got to pass through lux and you know, your decibels and temperature to get to your particular setting that you're looking for. And this worries me. I mean, I'm thinking like this is going to blow me meter out. It hasn't got a bloody on-off switch. It pisses me off. I want an on-off switch. And one of the trickiest things I found just now is a sneaky one, is to pull the lead out, and this is a kind of like an on-off switch. So I've already got it preset on. I've got rechargeable batteries in one of these. They're hard to get, and I'm going to get some more. It's hard to get the 9-volt rechargeable, and I've seen them on the net. You can buy like 50 for $1, so I'm going to try getting some of them. I did buy 3 or 4 of them, but I've got them used mainly in my guitar. I'm going to go up here. In my guitar, my electric guitar uses a little DC battery, and that's real handy if I want to have a jam or write a song. I can recharge the battery. I'm not showing the floor because it's joint to pigsty. Right, so I've got this thing up and running. So what I'm going to do now is hook her up. I've got to make sure I've got the right leads in here. Which one's that one? Red, black. This one here. What the heck's that? Right, so which one's the long one? This is your red one. I've got these hooked up to current. That is reading com, so that must be out of that one. Right, so we go into there and plug that in. Right, we're getting 3.2 milliamps, so we got a reading off that. Now we'll go into this little doodah, plug her in there, turn her on. Now, there's no power in that part of the circuit. This is the battery part of the circuit. Now, the only thing I'm finding that's a bit of a problem with these alligator clips. They are wonderful and they're quick, but they've got a real bad habit of touching one another, which is going to short out and, you know, do little odd things like catch on fire and all this sort of crap. So, yes. So, I'm just going to do this for a second. Now, I couldn't figure it, it kept cutting off all the time, and then I realised it's a charge controller. So this actually is quite complex, because what this does apparently is it's setting up the charging circuit, so the light will come on, now it's going to cut off, because what it's doing is charging the circuit. So now I don't know which is which. This has got 5.4 milliamp in the battery part of the circuit, and 282 milliamp, I'm assuming that's coming from the dish. And it's putting 5 milliamp into the battery. The battery's already pretty well charged. That may be why it keeps cutting off, because it's charged. This is a little controller. It's rattling on about things that I don't get. It's really bugging me. It's talking about, I'll just bring this up. It's talking about an inbuilt dial switch. What friggin' inbuilt dial switch? There doesn't appear to be any. I don't know where this is. What the fuck they're talking about? Where's the fucking inbuilt fucking bullshit? Oh, it's easy. Oh, why do they hide this shit? I am not going to take a screwdriver and pull this thing apart. That's what they want you to do. And they say, oh no, you're not supposed to do that. It's fucking in here. All you got to do is, stand up on top of the fucking roof, and then what you do is you turn on the $300,000 fucking diesel engine. They're fucking assholes. I don't know why they bloody do all this. Yes, they're talking. So I have no idea. It's talking about some sort of time frame. I'm assuming that they're talking about the rest of the system because they're assuming that you're getting this. This is an electronics technician or an electrician hooking this circuit up, and I would say most likely this has to do with another part of the circuit, which means that this is horrendously complicated. As you can see here, it's already a bloody nightmare. What I'm going to do is turn the light off and see if it makes any difference to the charge rate. Now, what was it getting? It's 2.9 milliamp and 5.5 milliamp. Now, what I'll do is just turn this off. Oh, look at that. The lights come on. Cool. I have no idea what's going on here. But yeah, now I can do some experiments with this, which is what I wanted to do. This new meter's got lumens on it, which is why I bought it. And I'm going to be, oh, this is cool. And I'm going to be doing experiments with lumens with respect to the charge rate, and I want to find out whether you can. Now, I had an idea. This is an idea. It's actually an invention that I thought of. My idea was to, when you've got your 12-volt light. Now, my brother-in-law he was high up in telecom, and he told me that fluorescent lights. He said when you turn a fluorescent light on, it uses most of its power starting up. But when they're going, they hardly use anything. And the idea that I have was to have this panel on a pivot. And if you go out of the room, they've got ones that turn off. But the trouble with fluoros is that you don't want them turning on and off because they chew up too much power and they're cheap when they keep running. So the idea is this pivots over the. It might only cover part of the light. And it can actually be recharging your battery at the same time as it's using power. And it can reduce your power consumption. So what you really need is a little Arduino motor, a little step motor. And when you go out of the room, you hit a switch. And what it does is it partly covers the light up with this array and your solar panel. And the light that's being generated from your fluoro is feeding back into the circuit and put a little bit of power back into your battery.